Hey guys, welcome back to another day in our DIY Sprinter van build. In the previous video, we put up this elevator bed, and today I've got a few different things that I want to do with you. I don't have anything super major like the bed that we're going to be installing today, but I do have a headliner shelf to make and install. I'm also going to be installing a cable seal in the roof, putting some spray foam in this roof beam, and some other small things that we'll get around to. If you're new to the channel, my name is Nathan, and I'm currently building out my second ever DIY camper van. I've got a few different things to do today, but let's start with this headliner shelf. So I bought the DIY version of this kit, which means it just sends you a paper template and you cut it out yourself. They just send you the brackets to put it up there, which I want to say real quickly, it is incredibly overpriced. I think it was like over 200 bucks for this piece of paper and 4 pieces of metal. Crazy. And thinking about it now, this DIY kit is probably not worth it at all. I'm probably saving 100 bucks at most after I'm buying all my own plywood. I'm gonna buy some laminate to put on this plywood too. So I think I'm probably going to be up to about $400 for this headliner shelf when I could have bought a already made one for about 500 or a bit more than that. I think the only 2 reasons why you should get this DIY kit is if you're on a super strict budget or if you want to make some custom designs in the headliner shelf yourself, which is actually kind of what I plan on doing. I'm gonna save this template because I'll probably need it for my personal van. The van that I'm going to build after this one. And I got both of the pieces traced out, so now I can get to cutting. And now from this point forward, I'm supposed to cut this line at a 45-degree angle. So I'm actually going to use a little trick on my jigsaw where I'm able to angle the cut like this. I just cut this little bit here and I didn't notice that Ruka refused to get up and she is just covered with sawdust now. Sorry, Ruka. You're so funny, you didn't even get up. You are covered with this. Why didn't you get up and move? Look at that nice 45-degree angle cut. Looks pretty sweet. And now one thing that I'm a little unsure about is how to transition into the 45-degree angle. So maybe I'll just cut it flush to here, or maybe I'll try and sand it down so it's nice and smooth. I don't know. What I think I want to do is put up those brackets and rough fit it in and see how it fits. So I'm going to put these brackets up in the headliner here and then rough fit it in, see how it fits. We're gonna have to take this little piece of plastic off and then take the bolt off right inside of it. And then we take the bolt out that's over here. That's not bad. Okay, so one thing that I noticed is you have to put these back brackets in after this is already up, or else you won't be able to get this in. This is also a very tight fit. You really have to shove it in there and make it work, or else it'll be a bit gappy, and it actually still is. Along the edges there's a little gap, but what I think I might do is just trim that little excess off where the 45 meets the normal straight cut. Wow. That was... Oh. And that's why I'm not putting an elevator bed in my van. Oh. Boom. That fits much better like that. Now take a look at this. Headliner shelves in Sprinter vans give you so much extra space. It is so nice. If you're not putting a headliner shelf in your Sprinter van, I highly recommend it because this gives you so much more room to put stuff. And now with this headliner shelf, I do plan on laminating the whole thing black so it has a really slick look, but I also plan on insetting LEDs into here. Whether it's going to be a ring around the outside, I'm not exactly sure yet, but I do want to do something like that because I think it's just very unique. I've only seen a few people do that in their vans, and I would like to be one of those few. So I do plan on gluing this piece down later. I'm going to have to dismantle this and do some more work on it in the future. I don't have my laminate sheet and I don't have my LEDs to inset in the bottom of this. I just want to get this up so I can use it for now. Oh yeah, take a look at that. That is up there really good. Let's throw some of this junk up there. There, look at that. We got some extra storage. Put this up there. Can put my camera stuff right up here. Keep these jumper cables up here too. Yes. I am really happy with this for now. Until I get the laminate and LEDs to really turn this into something special, this is great for now. It's only about 4 o'clock right now and I still want to do a little bit more work, but the work I want to do doesn't require all this mess to be out here. So I'm gonna clean this up. I'm also gonna sit inside where there's some AC because it doesn't look like it again, but I am just boiling out here. It's so uncomfortable. So I'll see you in a little bit. And we're all cleaned up. But now I want to do some spray foaming in the roof beams. Now, normally I am pretty against using spray foam in a van, but in gaps like this, it's really hard to get actual insulation in there. And I remember in Tech Van's workshop at the West Coast Van Fest, they recommended that you put spray foam anywhere you can't get normal insulation. So that's what I'm gonna do for these roof beams here. And believe it or not, I will be learning from my last van because I got plywood on the floor, gloves, and I'm gonna be wearing safety glasses for this. I remember doing this in my first van and I totally didn't think about it, but when the foam expands, it's gonna expand out of these holes and fall onto the ground. And that stuff is just messy in general, so always wear gloves. So I got my floor protector, my hand protector, and my eye protector. Forget if you're supposed to shake this stuff or not. Yes, you are supposed to shake vigorously. See all this drippage? Learn this from the first time. I don't know if I'm not using this sparingly enough, but one can didn't even do 2 roof beams. It's not great. And I do actually have a second bottle of this stuff, so at least I'll be able to get 4 done, but then I'm gonna have to buy another 2 bottles of this stuff. And I also wanted to quickly mention that I am changing the channel name next month. Don't worry, nothing about the content is changing, just the channel name. And if you want to hear more about why, you can click in this corner right here. And to tell you the truth, I've been wanting to change the channel name pretty much as soon as I started this channel. Okay, I did these 2 and I got a tiny bit extra left, so I think I'm getting more efficient at this. Well, that's 2 cans completely empty. I'm gonna let this drip for a little bit longer and come back tomorrow to install that cable entry gland. I had some other things I wanted to do, but I just can't think of what they are right now, so I'm gonna have to go back in my notes and figure out what it was. But I'm gonna be back in, well, for you guys it'll just be about 5 seconds. It is another hot day in the van. This morning I decided to clean up a bit of the spray foam in the roof, but clearly the reaction is still happening because new expanding foam is pushing out of the holes and is dripping all over my floors again. Anyways, today we are getting prepared to install our scan strut, which is our cable seal for the roof. I also want to run out to Home Depot and get 2 more bottles of spray foam and also put up the furring strips that I took down in the last video. And one thing that I didn't realize about the scan strut, and now makes me a fan of these, is you don't need to put your own sealant on them. They just come with their own little gasket that you put on. It's completely waterproof. And I love that because my sealing job, it does the trick, although it's never pretty. Okay, let's bring our supplies up here. Okay. Now I kind of need to figure out where I want to put this, and sorry for the lawnmower in the background, that's my neighbors. You're gonna have to deal with it. And now a helicopter overhead too. They really don't want me to film today. I kind of like this location here up at the front, and I'm gonna have at least 4 different wires going through there, my Starlink cable, and 3 light bars, maybe even a 4th one. I might actually have to buy another one of these scan struts later on, depending on how crazy I want to get with the roof. Hi Rookie Doo, how you doing? Actually, you know what? I've made up my mind. I'm gonna, oh, lawnmower's off, that's nice. I'm gonna buy another one of these because I'm gonna want to put a kick-ass light bar in the front here to use while you're driving in the bush. And also, we don't know if we're gonna put an awning on this yet, and the awning might have lights that I'll have to run cables through. So it's just a good future proof to get 2 mounted on either side, and then I can run whatever I want through it. And that'll just make it so I have no problem in the future for whatever wire I plan to run that I don't know about right now. And this is why you cut holes in your van before you insulate it. All these metal shavings right in my insulation. That sucks. I gave this paint a bit of time to dry. It's definitely dry, which means we can now install our scan strut. We gotta attach this guy first. Make sure I get this lined up right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, okay. Whew. That was almost really stupid right there. Okay, I think that's on there pretty good. Here's what it looks like from the bottom side, and don't worry, I'm going to put some sheathing on the wires to protect it from this bare metal. I also ripped out the insulation here because I don't want to keep the insulation with all that. Yeah, look at how bad that looks. I don't want to keep this insulation in there. I have quite a bit of extra insulation, so I thought might as well just replace it. But now the I threw my water bottle across the fence. Oh my god. Okay, maybe it's not time to test the water. Sorry, buddy. Nice and slow, Nate. Take her easy. And now let's test the water. That is a torrential downpour if I've ever seen one. It doesn't look like any water's getting through. That's good news. Yeah, we're dry. Heck yeah. Okay, that's pretty sweet. I really like those scan struts, and now that that's up, I'm gonna run to Home Depot, get some more spray foam, 2 cans of it. And before I leave, I just wanted to show you these guys, because they're laying together butt to butt. Hey, you're not Maverick, you're Ruka. Hard to leave for Home Depot when you got 2 of these guys right in your arms. Bye, Ruka. Bye, Maverick. Hello, Maverick. Hello, Ruka. Hey, buddy. Where do you think you're going? Alright, time to do some more of the same old boring stuff that you guys already watched this video. Sorry if this is a little bit of a boring van build day, but not all of them can be as exciting as the elevator bed. And speaking about the elevator bed, we actually need to drop this guy down. Hello! There we go. We need to drop this guy down so we can actually access the other 2 roof beams. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably in my best interest to remove this mattress, just in case it gets any splatter. You'll have to do it. I know this looks a little bit wonky, but it'll catch all the foam. It'll get the job done. Well, it's been 2 weeks since my last upload, and sorry for missing last week's video. And I feel weird when I say that because I don't have a large enough audience to really justify people being sad for me missing an upload. But I can tell you guys that I was sad. I do not like missing uploads because YouTube really is the thing I want to pursue. And I am stupidly dedicated to this, where there's no question in my mind what I'm going to be doing for the next few years. You know, I kind of love and hate working with spray foam at the same time. I love it because it's actually kind of fun to use, and I hate it because it's just such a mess. And it's just such sticky stuff, and if you get it on something that you don't want to get on, it's really hard to get off. And if you get it on your hands just a little bit, you can like feel it a day after. But it's pretty nice knowing that this van is sealed up pretty well. And I thought I was gonna do a little bit more in this video, like putting up these furring strips that I took down in the last build video. However, I'm just not kind of in the mood, and I don't want to work around all of this stuff right now. So that's it. I'm calling it. This is the end of day 11. If you enjoyed this video and are interested in following my journey in this van build, seeing it progress over time, consider subscribing to the channel. Click the bell icon so you get notified for any new upcoming build videos. I mentioned this a little bit earlier in the video, but I'm going to be changing the channel name. So if you've watched the videos before, I am no longer going to be Vanlife Nate. If you're curious to know what I'm changing it to and why, you can click this video right here. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.